Hello and welcome to the Our Metroidvania podcast. This is Cauldrath from the Our Metroidvania subreddit and Discord.
Hi, this is Master. I'm also from there.
Hi, I'm Atcero, and I'm also from there.
And today we're going to be talking about Metroidvanias and what the appeal is of playing them and why we personally like to play them. And the gameplay in the background is going to be from Subnautica, which is kind of similar-ish to Metroidvanias and has a lot of the same appeal to it. Personally, I hadn't played this before, so this is like a completely blind playthrough.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought you touched
What?
one.
What do you mean touched one?
I thought you
This
touched
is
this one.
No, this is.
Oh.
I've never played this.
Oh. Wow.
I've played some of it.
I've
I
beaten
never
both.
finished it.
Actually, I don't know if I've beaten this one with the latest update, but I beat it like 3 times when I was updating. Here, I don't.
Oh. It is a good game.
This is a great game.
Outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode.
I
There
like
we go.
how it doesn't feel like it's trying to be a horror game, and yet it is scary.
That's because a lot of people have a fear of the ocean because the ocean is unknown and scary. Not to me,
Yes.
though. I love it. I absolutely adore it.
I mean that they got the oceanic ambiance down pretty well.
They did.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown.
Your ship
What the
did.
Zero human life signs detected.
One thing that I did notice is that I'm playing on a controller, and a lot of the some of the prompts are mouse and some of the prompts are controller. And then when it's controller, the trigger buttons are backwards in what they tell you to do.
Oh,
I like how you first go through the tube. That is like everyone's first thing they do.
it's a tube. Why wouldn't you go through it?
Yeah. Oh no, you didn't try going towards the ship.
I did.
No! Oh, that is painful. That is
think that-
painful.
I think I did that too.
Ooh. You guys hurt me inside.
Why wouldn't you?
Because, I mean, spoilers for Subnautica. It blows up and there's radiation.
Yeah, but it hasn't done
Oh,
that
you would
yet.
know that,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't you go
Well,
salvage parts from the ship before it explodes, even if you think it's about to explode?
Because no, that's later game.
But there's
Knife
a ship there.
Knife and
Theoretically-
scanner!
Okay, so if the giant ship crashed and you like came out of an escape pod and you needed salvage materials, wouldn't you go to the big main ship to either
No,
look
because
for
it looks
salvage
like it's gonna blow
materials?
up! No! That is dangerous territory!
It just looks like it's on fire in a few places.
Oh
and
my
you have a fire extinguisher.
God! Oh, you're gonna put out that
The
whole
only
ass
thing I have
ship!
is a fire extinguisher, and I'm gonna use it.
You have
If you-
titanium literally right below the waves and you're ignoring it. You could have
I
made
don't
a
know
knife.
that.
You could have made a knife and a scanner by this point. This hurts me inside.
I don't know that.
Sir, we don't all speedrun this game like
I
you because you
don't
beat it
speedrun
16
it!
times.
I play like 20 to 40 hour gameplays of this game. Every time I play it, because it's a good game.
Look, if you crash your car in the wilderness and there's nothing around you, wouldn't... I mean, okay, maybe there's some things around you, but wouldn't you check your car first?
Is it on fire?
It's smoking a little. You have a survival pack in the
there's
back seat.
There's 3 fires on the exterior,
Okay.
and then like a little bit of smoke
And it's
coming
in,
from the front.
half of it's in Leviathan territory.
What's a Leviathan?
is
I
that?
don't know that at this point.
You're so judgmental.
This hurts
That's
me.
not why I play games, to be judged.
Oh, so why do you play Metroidvania's Master?
Ah, well, you see, I play them for the sense of exploration and satisfaction.
Of solving puzzles that make other people feel brain dead. See, look at that! Radiation detected!
Yeah, so I figured there was radiation coming out of the fire right there, so I'm gonna try to go somewhere else. Try to get in another way.
Ken, How did I crash my car into a Leviathan? Oh, I thought you were all VCing in Discord. We're definitely not VCing in Discord right now streaming this. What do you mean? That's preposterous. What? God, Cauldrath, why do you play Metroidvanias then, since this is painful?
Obviously, to try to get onto ships when I'm trying to salvage parts.
And you're even going through the back! No!
That's what I did too.
It's all
Back
the front.
seemed easiest to get
The
to.
front falls off, if I remember. Oh, see, there's the Reaper. There's the Reaper, Leviathan. You're dead. You're dead. Welcome issue. Hurts.
But see, there's no way that I knew that was there. It came out of nowhere.
I play Metroidvanias because Atcero told me to. I didn't
Well,
tell you to
Atcero
play.
plays Metroidvanias because I told her to.
No, I'm playing
Mulana.
one because you told me to. I actually play them because I grew up with them. So it is a comforts type of game for me. Even if they make me angry inside with their stupid puzzles.
Hey, I'm playing Court of Ecclesia because several people told me to.
That's not a Metroidvania though.
That's true.
But it is a damn good Egavania. Is this a search action game? I mean, yeah?
You do search for action.
You search,
There's-
there's action, and there's also survival. So I consider it more of a survival game, honestly.
Would you call a hybrid survival Metroidvania a search survival game?
Survival action game?
Well, but you have to be searching. That's like the whole Metroidvania thing.
That's true. I mean, it depends. Do you consider vehicles ability gating?
I have seen people make the contention that this is a Metroidvania.
I know, and I
Certain-
despise them.
A certain rip-nosed person.
See, people may make dumb arguments like that all the time, but at least they recognize that there are elements in both games,
Yes.
even if they don't quite understand.
Yet
what- that was all I had to say.
I was just gonna complain about how if I make a shit post on the forum, that's so obviously a shit post, though everyone gets mad at me on the sub.
Yeah.
Even
I
though it's
mean, hey.
hilarious.
If I get mad at other people, it's only fair if I also get mad at you.
Hey, my shit posts are top tier quality, thank you. I mean, you search for stuff in Oblivion, and there's action. Search action.
What do you search for in Oblivion?
You have to, spoilers for Oblivion Endgame, you have to search for, well, not only in quests themselves that are usually fetch quests, at the very end you have to search for a Daedric artifact if you didn't already have one, and then search for the armor of Tiber Septim himself to be able to beat the game.
Wow. I don't understand any of that. That sounds cool.
You, whenever you talk about La Mulana to me. Well, now
You're-
about the second one.
I don't tell you anything about La Mulana.
What
It's
makes
like the
it
whole
even
thing.
worse? Oh jeez, Ken, or Kind King, Metroidvanias need to be side-scrollers. There is a revolt on the subreddit, and now that actually had to be taken out, that it has to be only 2D, because there's kind of a revolt on the sub about that.
There was not
It
a
was
revolt.
a revolt, and then the revolt was successful because it got changed.
Yep, it got changed. We changed old FaZe's mind.
A large amount of people started aggressively complaining that we still had 2D in the sidebar, even though the sidebar definition isn't even like
I mean,
the.
to be fair, we've had Metroid Prime for years.
So we were going to make a post about it. I don't think we ever did, but I wrote up a thing for it, and I called the sidebar definition like the quick and dirty Metroidvania because I mean that's
That's what it was, yeah.
one or two sentences. I mean, you can't fully define a genre in one or two sentences.
Yeah, you can. MMs are what I define, everyone else is wrong. That is
So they're point and clicks, right?
point and clicks, yes! Yeah, oh god, even in my post, I so made fun of point and clicks being a Metroidvania. That's what I led on with, was, so, you know, Oblivion's a point and click, and since point and clicks are Metroidvanias, then therefore Oblivion's a Metroidvania. And then you got people making paragraphs at me.
If you bind all of your controls to your mouse, can you make any game a point and click?
Yes. Technically.
So if you play a point and click with a controller, then it's not a point and click anymore.
Actually, no, it technically is, because, like, even Shadowgate's a point and click, but it was on a controller. It was ported from a computer to a controller.
You still have a pointer, and you still click on things.
Yeah,
This is true.
the pointer ain't technically the mouse, it's just wherever, if it has an in-game cursor.
What if it's just your default Windows mouse?
I feel like that's some of the older Nancy Drews, but I don't remember.
Where did this mouse design come from? You ever think about that?
You want me to
The
look it
actual
up?
pointer, or like
Like how long
piece
has
of hardware?
the pointer on my screen right now been around?
Let me look it up. Hey, oh, you guys remember on XP days? When you could change it, and you could have, like, a keyboard and stuff, you could have the animated ones, and you could have, like, the dinosaur and stuff?
I mean, you can still change your pointer, but
But it's, you don't have all the
remember
cool
seeing
options anymore.
dinosaurs.
It was either XP or 98. One of the two.
I'm sure those options are there. They're just buried.
Let's see. Windows mouse evolution.
just become a Linux user and don't use your mouse.
Terminal for everything.
You can't have your dinosaur mouse, so I have one at all.
Good thing I have all these acid
Yeah,
mushrooms.
I was about to say, I like how you completely fill your storage with mushrooms.
Oh, Windows cursor.
Are you going for more mushrooms? Oh no.
You don't need. Oh my god, you don't need that many batteries! No!
I have to pick up everything.
You can't. The original cursor was a tiny tiled black arrow. Come on, give me.
Oxygen.
Oh god, that was. Oh, that was.
Oxygen gating, is that a thing that makes a Metroidvania?
Oxygen gating?
Yeah. As you increase your maximum oxygen, you can
No,
go deeper
no,
and explore new
no!
areas that were previously inaccessible.
Do I have to tap the sign?
I'm sorry.
I'll tap the sign.
Please don't.
Just because you like a game doesn't make it a Metroidvania.
Well, there are some, like in Fist, there's some areas that are underwater that are so long that you can't get to the end of them without having the thing that lets you stay underwater longer.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So-
Castlevania has had that before too, but there are actual area gating. Like, in this game, technically, I don't think you need to upgrade your oxygen that much,
Radiation levels.
even if at all, when you have a vehicle.
Sustained during planet fall.
That's a side grade.
side grade. Oh my god.
Well, there is soft ability gating where it's like, things are extremely hard to get through if you don't have a thing.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's not doable. Just harder.
Yeah.
Every Mega Man game when you don't look up the order you're supposed to do the stages
Yes.
beforehand.
So, Mega Man's on Metroidvania confirmed?
Thought it was a crest link.
No.
No, it's
Not even a
neither.
crest line.
Well, okay, you could. Make the argument.
original Mega Man had one ability gate that like you had to have the magnet beam to get through the Wily stages.
I will say, technically, Mega Man X, if you could technically make the argument it's a crest-like, except you don't need the abilities, so it's like, it's in that.
New
Yeah,
creature discovered.
It feels like a crest-like without actually being
Alien
one.
life
Yeah.
forms may have unexpected applications.
Did you just say Demon's Crest feels like a crest-like without being one?
No, Mega Man.
Oh.
X.
Mega Man X.
X, not crest. Mega Man is search action. You search for the robot masters, and then you destroy their ass with action.
Well, they're at the end of every level.
Yeah, how do you define searching? If there's only one direction to go, are you truly searching for anything?
Yes? I mean, we all know how much of a purist I am, so obviously not.
Yeah, so there are a lot of games that have like the same appeals as Metroidvanias do, for like certain specific appeals of them,
Mm-hmm.
which is why you
And-
get a lot of people that like Blasphemous a lot, even though it doesn't have ability gating, but it has like the other aspects of a Metroidvania that people enjoy.
Subnautica, you expand the area in which you can explore over time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a part of Metroidvanias.
Yes, it is a huge exploration game. Both of them are actually. One and Subnautica and then Subnautica Below Zero. Also, okay, Ishu has a couple things. I define searching by looking for cards in my deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, and then also Mega Man X has searching. You search for heart containers. Ugh.
The fabricator coats
Uh.
small organisms, while
Castlevania is a search action game because you search for wallmate.
You do.
thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
I do like searching for that wall meat.
So if you know where all the wall meat is, does it mean it's no longer a search action game though?
So
If you
does
follow
that
a
mean...
guide for La Mulana, is it no longer a Metroidvania?
Well, it wasn't one in the first place.
Yeah, I actually, I actually consider La Mulana a Metroidvania.
As much as Atcero wants to be contrarian right now.
No, not even being a contrarian. It does tick all the boxes for me for being a Metroidvania.
It has a lot of keys, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have.
It has a lot of
Abilities.
ability gating though too. You can
It
have
has
keys
a
and
double jump, and that's about it.
no, it has the claws. You need that
That-
for a certain area.
The claws are actually really nice, and I
The
like
claws
using
suck,
them.
but they are an ability gate.
Okay, so there's 2 abilities in the entire game.
No, the helmet. You need the helmet.
Helmet is extremely key-like though. It's like
No, you need it. Okay, I consider the anchor key, but the helmet you do have to use in a few other areas.
but it only does things where there's waterfalls.
The water
What
breathing only works when you're underwater.
What about the boots
Okay.
that let you walk faster?
I-
Those let
You
you
actually-
get up certain areas, but it's also universally applicable movement increase that lets you do more things.
I forgot those.
Do you actually need those to get anywhere?
I think you need them to get up the falling sand. Climb
Yes,
back
you
up
do.
that.
Yes, you do. Yep.
I remember there might also be a way to, if you time your jumps right, maybe get over them or mitigate having to climb them.
I
Maybe
need to.
not.
I need to stop looking at chat.
Well, somebody has to.
Kind King, La Mulana is a dating sim. Breaks my heart constantly. Issue. Dude, I felt like I only got 2 abilities in Hollow Knight. I remember only actively using the double jump and crystal dash. I used the
And
regular dash.
and the cloak dash.
Yeah, cloak dash.
That's the dash you actually use. Yeah, if Hollow
Mantis
Knight's
class.
Metroidvania with only three abilities, and so is La Mulana.
New creature.
Hollow
No,
Knight has all those charms that aren't gates at all,
I
aren't
mean,
abilities at all.
no, Hollow Knight also had the Mantis claws.
So, but the thing is, La Mulana has all of the gating based on keys, whereas Hollow Knight doesn't have much key gating.
Yeah, but it still feels like a Metroidvania to me.
La Mulana has a large amount of different types of gates because that is how it works. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's how it works as not being a Metroidvania.
Oh,
Pretty sure it's a Metroidvania.
Cauldrath, are you actually being more of a purist than I am right now?
I guess.
I didn't think that was possible.
Is La Mulana 2 a Metroidvania? We can't spoil anything about that though.
It's just as much a Metroidvania as the original.
Honestly,
I guess that is a slight spoiler.
to me it feels like, if anything, it's more of a Metroidvania than the original.
I feel like the beginning tries more, like leans more on being a Metroidvania than the first one does, but it doesn't do a very good job of it. And then it like transitions more into the like point and click adventure style
Try
things.
everything on everything.
Yeah.
That was the first.
Would you also say then,
It is common for
well,
those accustomed to synthetic foods to be
besides
influenced by
normal
living
game,
animals,
Environmental Station Alpha,
remember
would you
the
say the
humans
post
survived
game
this way
is
for
not a
millennia.
Metroidvania?
You can too.
So I didn't play the post game.
You have so many mushrooms.
Yes, I do. And I can't get rid of them because they're mine.
So okay, I
And
will
I
say
earned those mushrooms.
I will say La Mulana has more too. I mean, you have the lantern. I consider that an ability gate.
It's a soft ability gate at best.
And then I consider the ice cape an ability gate. Or do you need that though? Do you actually need that, or is it just more nice to have?
I'm not sure. You probably need it.
I don't think you do though.
If you, there's a couple of places where you have to. Remember that one pedestal, whose details I will not spoil.
Oh yes, you do need it, unless you have a
But I'm not
bunch
sure
of
how
ammo
much damage
or
you take.
health.
If you
I
have a
don't-
lot of health, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be more of a skip.
Perhaps.
But yeah, I think a lot of the difference in whether somebody thinks a game is a Metroidvania or not is based on the like what appeals to them about Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the appeal for me is like there's the exploration, the ability gating is kind of like it's twofold. One of the things is that it kind of forces the developer to constantly be giving you new abilities, and that I like having new game mechanics constantly introduced in my games. So that is kind of like that's one reason that it's important to me. And then there's just the recontextualization and how it contributes to exploration.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's a lot of people like bring up Blasphemous again. A lot of people really like Blasphemous, and it doesn't have ability gating. So, that obviously isn't part of the main draw for them.
So, you in Hollow Knight, you get the claws and the cloak pretty early on, and then a little bit later you get the double jump. So after that, is it no longer a Metroidvania?
Wait, don't you get the double jump? You get the dash, double jump, then the claws?
Hollow Knight's pretty open in the order that you do things.
Yeah.
Like the last time I played it, I got the double jump like one of the very last things I did in the game.
Oh, that would hurt me inside. Also, Cauldrath, I think we have to talk about your crippling mushroom addiction.
Like, I have these mushrooms and I can't just throw them away because I
Make
might
batteries! Get
I don't have
copper!
I don't have any copper and I don't know where to get
Hit
copper.
the limestone outcroppings! There's one
Where
right
are they?
there! It was just...
How am I supposed to know that there's a limestone?
It tells you when you swim next to one. It says break the outcropping.
Well, I didn't get close enough to one
Oh
yet,
my
so...
You...
Oh, this is where I'm missing all those.
Oh no.
Oh, look at that. You had an intervention.
Only some of them though.
Only some.
Keep the rest of them.
I
Oh.
might need some of them. I don't need that many. I have all of these.
You didn't
and
even make
also
a
the-
knife!
No, I don't have any copper.
No, you need silicone fiber, I believe, for
Or
knives.
silicone part.
Which
Yeah,
is
so I don't have any
from the creep vines.
Yeah, and I haven't seen any creep vines
You
yet.
didn't swim enough from your little safety zone.
I tried to, and then I got killed by a leviathan.
You swam the wrong way.
How was I supposed to know which is the right way?
Oh, this
This
is
is
why
an
it's
exploration.
painful. This is why it's painful for me to watch people play games that I've beaten like 5 or 6 times. It's like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah,
Like,
why
look at how many
explore when you
mushrooms!
can just optimize the fun out of the game?
Why explore when you can just get all the shrooms and have, you know, problems with addiction? Like, look at that shit. No man needs that many shrooms.
Destroyed the local ecosystem. There are no more shrooms for the fish to feed on.
Oh god.
Hiding them in your metal cocoon.
See, he just drops them. Now they're gonna decay and yeah, choke up the local wildlife. What a terrible person. Acidic
So-
flesh.
no, they're probably gonna get eaten by the fish.
Oh my god, you pain me. Oh my god!
Imagine I those up.
Oh
Do-
god.
There is a certain satisfaction to like seeing things underwater,
There is.
and not a lot
definitely.
of games have water, or if they do, they certainly don't do them very well.
No, this game, for
I
its
like this
water and the environments, captured it perfectly. They did such an amazing job on this one, and Below Zero, because Below Zero they added in a lot more with the,
Yeah.
you know, cold environment.
It's weird. Even games that are like water focused don't necessarily have good underwater gameplay at all.
Yeah.
Not that I
Usually
know
make
much
it
about.
really slow.
Yeah. Water scares me.
Has anyone played Assassin's Creed Pirate
No.
Edition?
Black Flags? No. I haven't actually played any of the Assassin's Creeds.
Played a little bit of it, but like, I don't know.
God damn.
I'm just consolidating them all underneath me.
Oh my
What
god.
about that one multiplayer pirate game that people play?
Sea of Thieves? Yes, I have played Sea of Thieves.
Does that have underwater stuff, or is it just on the ship the whole
With
time?
the most current, like no, technically no. But
Okay.
with the Pirates of the Caribbean update, there is one huge section that is underwater, and it is so fun. I absolutely loved it. It was such a great part of that DLC. But otherwise, no, it does not, and it's very lacking because they could do a lot with it, and they don't. There's an echo. How's there an echo? What?
Hmm,
Is there still an echo?
I don't hear an echo.
Or did it go away?
I-
It could be bouncing through someone's microphone. Better not be coming from my microphone.
Anyway. Oh yeah, I was saying about Metroidvanias. I feel like if a certain substantial amount of the game is acquiring abilities, you can have the end game stretch off really far without acquiring more abilities, and I'd still call the game a Metroidvania.
Oh, Milana.
I mean, once they added all of the post-game stuff in Hollow Knight, like if you count the Pantheon as gameplay time, then there's a lot of time in there after you get all the abilities.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Imagine beating Hollow Knight.
New creature discovered.
You have not beaten Hollow Knight.
I am seriously at the final boss. I've pretty much beaten the game. I'm just too lazy to keep fighting him. I'm close enough.
Sure you
Seems
are.
to be a theme with you.
Unless, I mean, it depends on the game. I did go back and beat the Curse of the Moon 2 boss. I did finally do that, like, last summer. No. August or so. Something like that.
Is Curse the Moon 2 worth playing?
I
have
enjoyed it.
not- I played a couple. Played their first one a couple of times.
I mean, if
And
you
the-
played the first one a couple times and enjoyed it, you'll enjoy the second one.
I see.
You got more characters, and you can have all the characters,
Whoa.
including first game characters.
But see, you actually like classic Vanias.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hate myself.
I actually like Classicvanias. Everyone assumes I don't like Classicvanias just because I'm so
Anti-Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, I'm anti-Castlevania. I wonder why people don't think I like Classicvanias. Weird.
Just because I think the Metroidvania Castlevania games are mostly terrible doesn't mean
Okay. Aria and Sorrow, and I know, well, Igavania-wise, Aria, Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia are really good, though. I mean,
or is a good game.
yeah. See, and you're enjoying Order of Ecclesia, right?
Yeah,
See, there's some good ones.
maybe.
Maybe you just said you liked them. Bro.
Just because you like something doesn't mean it's good.
Actually, yeah, what mode did you play Curse of the Moon on? Not Legend mode, because ouch, but
What were the modes?
there was easy, veteran, and legend. So
I have no idea.
veteran
Does it show up in Steam achievements? I can check right now.
maybe? Veteran is the one that is oh no, Marcus. Circle of the Moon is 2 is just a bitch too much death pits. Other than that, it's highly enjoyable. I mean, death pits are a staple of the Classicvanias. If you play a Classicvania, expect a frick ton of death pits.
Finish Nightmare mode, but that's not that.
No,
That's
no.
something else.
Did you have knockback? And
I probably played on veteran.
yeah, because that's how I played it. That's how I enjoyed it. It's just endless flying enemy spam? No, bro. Why do you want other people to hate the games like you experience them with your hard modes and your... Oh, that pains me inside. That's just... Okay. Is it pretty much just, like, the 4th stage of Castlevania 1 where you have all the fucking eagles dropping the fleamen endlessly? Is that pretty much what you're talking about?
I remember those eagles.
Yeah, the Altaires. I think they're called Altaires in Order of Ecclesia.
Castlevania has the most random enemies.
Hey, what do you
Enemy
mean?
mode.
Oh no, Marcus. I'm hurt. Because usually you say something either really off the wall or really funny. There is no in between. God, yeah, no. Castlevania's... I still need to beat 3.
So would you say that the classic Vanias have a similar appeal to you as the Igavanias?
I'm just a simp for hot Belmonts, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Continued.
So why you play Metroidvania games? Hot Belmonts.
Well, okay, when I was a kid, it was because that was the game, like, alright, story time. Strap in, kiddos. So, back when we were kids, we got Castlevania 1, or Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PlayStation. My brothers looked up everything in that game and taught me everything. So I technically didn't look up a guide for Symphony of the Night until way later, because I pretty much knew everything just by watching my brothers. We played that game so goddamn much that whenever we played it at the lake place, because, you know, Midwest, we have a lake place, our parents would ban the music. Like, we had to turn off the music while we were playing it in front of them because they couldn't stand the music because we played it so much.
Well,
Fun fact, though, I played one of those songs for my recital, and my parents loved it. And it's like,
Nice.
this is a song you guys banned, and so I like sometimes play it. Even now, sometimes I'll go home and play it on the nice piano, and I'll hear my dad humming, and I'm like, you have no right to hum that. How did I
given
cheat? No, keep going.
given your priorities for playing Castlevania games, you should really play the extra content in La Mulana.
I didn't spoil myself. I spoiled myself on the name. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. But the reward will surely be worth it for you.
I will, depending on how fast I get done with it on Saturday. If I haven't hit 10 hours, I will consider it. Because La Mulana is apparently gets to have 10-hour streams for some reason. It's special.
It's because that's how long you have to play to accomplish anything.
God, honestly, someone in chat today said what La Mulana doesn't feel good on short-term playthroughs. They're right. Like, if you only played for a few hours, it is not rewarding. You have to play it for 10-hour stretchers or some bullshit just for it to feel like, ah, yes, I've made progress.
Depends on how much time you're just wandering around.
Or how smart you are. Oh, look at that cover!
Yep.
36 minutes in! A kind king. Atcero cheated, you have a lake. Okay, that's a very normal thing for people here in the Midwest, because, you know, land of 10,000 lakes.
I don't have a lake.
Are you by Minnesota that literally has the land of 10,000 lakes?
No.
No, yeah, see. Literally drive 20 minutes away and there's a lake here. It's like, you throw a stone and you hit a lake in Minnesota and it's like, too many. Then it's...
If I'm ever in Minnesota and they need a lake, I know who I'm coming to.
Yes, son.
Yeah, when I was a kid, our family would go up to Minnesota and just like go to the Boundary Waters lakes.
Oh, nice! Yes! My dad always talked about doing that with me because I wasn't in Boy Scouts, so I never got to do all the fun stuff. And then we never went to the Boundary Waters, and it's like, I miss the Boundary Waters. I want to do that.
And maybe I've been to more lakes in Minnesota than you have.
I can bet your ass, though, I've been to more states than you. Ha ha!
How many states have you been to?
I think it's like 34 or 35.
That's probably more than me.
I've been to a lot. I need to check the map and like count off my trips.
I miss taking trips.
Are we counting places that you just drive through?
I am not. So my family was like, would stop and do something in almost every state.
If you stop and do one thing and then drive on, does that really count though?
I mean, most of the time it was like a state park or just a hike or two. So I mean, it's more than most places.
That reminds.
I found a use for the mushrooms.
Finally! Oh my god!
But what are you gonna use the battery for?
Scanner, please. Oh, thank God! Finally! Oh my god!
Scanners are great. See, this game lets you scan things. It's basically Metroid
Oh
Prime.
my god, this is not Metroid
I love scanning
Prime.
things, okay? Scanning things can be done very well.
I like killing things for information, and then scanning other things. I like my bestiaries.
So Warframe has a hammer that when you kill things with it, it scans them.
I love it.
Good, because scanning things in Warframe is actually awful.
It is pretty. Well, there's also a like a sentinel, like little robot companion that flies around with you that can scan things for you.
Oh jeez.
Sounds useful.
Sorry, voice cracked like a 15-year-old boy there for a second.
Reminded, I think it was driving through Colorado with my family. There was just the most. We thought like, oh, let's go to this park or whatever, and drive up here and see what's going on. And it was just like driving up this scary mountain for an hour, and it was awful.
Oh, dude, you would hate going to the Sun Road then. I love that road though. Huh?
You look up the Sun Road.
It's in Glacier National Park in Wyoming or Montana. But it's called Going to the Sun Road, and it was cut out in like during the Great Depression, when they actually started trying to do the national parks to get people to do it. And it is treacherous. You have to have a certain car, like size. You can't have trailers. You can't have bigger vehicles. You have to be in a smaller car, and you are literally on the precipice of this mountainside with just a brick wall. Pretty much a stone wall separating you and your car tumbling down the side.
Yeah,
It's
it
great.
doesn't sound fun.
Oh, we've done it a couple times. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Oh, also, issue for Castlevania 3 stream. I would be actually continuing my Castlevania Pain stream and trying to kill the doppelganger, which I've tried to do for like 3 hours. Resistance is pain.
Sometimes beating a Metroidvania can feel like climbing to the top of a mountain.
Segueing into our next part. I mean, yeah. Though, I don't consider beating a Metroidvania, depending on the game. Like, I consider myself close enough and gotten everything I want to get out of Hollow Knight without beating the final boss. I consider it complete.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir?
Sure, Miyu would heavily disagree with you there.
Miyu can suck my dick because guess what? I ain't a completionist. And I'm more than fine with it. Unless it's a Castlevania game, then I will completionist it.
Unless it's Portrait of Ruin.
That's not my fault! I will okay. You know, I am going to be doing DSvania streams at some point, hopefully this year. I will freaking get 100 or 1,000% in that game. I will. Because I own all
I'll believe it when I
games.
see it.
Oh my god. That was like my second that was like my second save, too.
Well,
Like,
your first save didn't have 1,000%, did it?
no! Okay, no, I would used to delete my games and then do another one. Or,
Well, you have multiple save slots, so you didn't need to.
actually no, this is because my brother sold all of them, so I had to rebuy them, so it was a fresh game.
Hmm.
So let me...
Often,
Huh?
often, the completion of a Metroidvania can feel very rewarding because it feels like the sum of the exploration and the upgrades that you've done and acquired. And unlike other games where completing them may not feel satisfying because you just feel like you're pushing forward through a game, not actually learning anything or making any progress. With Metroidvanias, you're always exploring new places, finding new upgrades, or solving things to progress.
Or spending 5 hours banging your head against a wall, wondering what the hell does sleeping in the mother mean?
That's not progressing. Hey, you figured that out right away.
I did figure it out right away, but then I completely forgot and I needed your help to remember what I had to do in it.
That's how you know it's not a Metroidvania.
Oh
It
god.
didn't feel like you're progressing. That is the thing about Metroidvanias, is that it is very focused on progression in multiple ways.
Yes.
Like you progress your character, you progress your own skills, you progress the map that's available to you.
Whereas with your average game, you might only be progressing the plot and nothing else.
Yeah.
Platformer players be scared when you can go left in a level.
How about a lot of Metroidvanias are platformers?
Honestly, aren't most... I would say all Metroidvanias are platformers, just because platformers allow for that sense of exploration.
You have to define platforming.
You have a platform, you jump on it.
Okay.
So Unworthy isn't a platformer?
I've never played Unworthy.
You can't jump.
What the hell? No,
Is
then
Yo-
it's not a
Is
Metroidvania. What?
Yoku's a Metroidvania?
I've heard no on that one. I also haven't played that one.
Sorry, what game again?
Yoku's Island
Oh.
Express.
I would consider that a Metroidvania.
How long is it?
It's not that long. You can
Nah.
100% it in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might go on the list.
It's a fun game.
Also, Atcero, Marcus said, Atcero be like, finally, I solved the riddle in La Mulana without Master's help. This game is basically finished. I'm being
Personal
attacked right
gold.
now.
Don't worry, if you want, I can give you no hints for what's coming up.
I will. Okay, you know, I got one mantra out of what? 8? I'm gonna need help. I don't even know what using the freaking
Okay,
thingy
Once you get
is.
one
anyways,
mantra,
let's
the
not
rest
talk
of-
about the endgame for La Mulana here.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it to be done.
And then you can do the second one.
Yeah, that's... We'll see how far I can get. It might be moved up to this November. We will see. Depending on school and work. And money.
You gotta,
Depends on what
you
else
gotta
you
try
have to
beat
do.
it. You gotta try to beat it before Master does, so we can spoil him.
Now guess who gets to be spoiled? I'll make one of the bosses my profile pick.
Do it.
No. I have actually a profile pick lined up. But right now, sexy evil Smolder Richter stays. He's
We need
just
to add
too
that one
fun.
emote to the server.
Which emote?
The horse.
Oh yeah, the one yeah, did you see I sent it to you?
I don't remember that.
I posted it in streaming. It was late. It was like right,
Okay.
like an hour after stream. You said 2023. I did, but I'm interested now, and because the music's so good. Like La Mulana is Castlevania. The game can be complete trash, but you know the music is gonna be a banger regardless.
Pretty much.
Like,
So you admit that Castlevania has trash games.
oh god,
that
yeah.
have decent music. Oh, okay.
Oh god, yeah. Have you seen the Game Boy games? Have you seen those atrocities? Have you seen Castlevania Chronicles? Oh, disgusting,
I
vile.
played the first Game Boy game.
Belmont's or Castlevania 1: The Adventure
Yeah.
or whatever. Banger tracks, terrible game. Same with Belmont's Revenge, and then same with Legends.
I like how dark the lighting gets just when you enter this seaweed patch.
Yep.
Completely changes the atmosphere, even though you're not really much different of a place until you get further into the biome.
That's every
Lighting-
biome.
Yeah, lighting transitions in general really help differentiate areas. Different colored
It does.
light.
And it makes you want to search more for maybe whatever the next biome holds.
Yeah. What color will the next biome be?
I literally do that. It's like, ooh, what biome is this gonna look like? I
Though,
actually
of
do
course,
that.
It's not always that interesting when it's like, oh, this biome is made of green bricks instead of blue bricks.
Zelda 2 be like,
It's a thing you should have at minimum to help differentiate.
yeah.
There is
That was
just general color palette.
yeah. That was actually me when I played a Saturn version, Nocturne in the Moonlight. I'm like, okay, I gotta play just to see what these areas look like. Spirit Prison, Hell Garden, or Underground Garden / Hell Garden, fine AF. I loved that area. That was a great area.
So it has actual new areas.
Yeah, 4 of them. I mean, if you count the regular and reverse. The Soul Prison, you know that kind of empty area between the Marble Gallery where you fight the devil when you're going back to the main area in the right outside the alchemy laboratory. It has a path there up to, if I remember correctly, the I think another part of the Marble Gallery. Because it doesn't intersect with the middle part in Shaft's area. I would have to look up a map. But the underground garden, you can access when you... right inside the first room in the castle, it has that little slab that opens. You can go down there and there's the underground garden. With the teleport with the jaguar.
Yes, all of that meant something to me.
No, man, it's not my fault.
Not
Also,
your fault that all the Castlevania areas kind of look the same.
it doesn't look the same. Okay, Symphony of the Night differentiated their areas wonderfully. That pixel art in that game is god tier. I don't want to hear shit about how Symphony of the Night looks at the very least.
Don't you mean all the Castlevania games look the same?
No. Don't. Order of Ecclesia especially does not look the same. OOE, I think, had the most new enemies in different areas in all the Castlevania game.
Perhaps.
It's not a perhaps. For areas, in terms of how different they are compared to the rest of the games, it easily wins. Even for, I won't spoil it, but later part in the game. Because wait, what level are you? Oh.
Even more than Portrait of Ruin, like that one had some pretty good variety in the portraits.
Yeah, but
because-
it did the reverse castle syndrome. I mean...
I
Oh.
believe a person was going to a manor on a hill. Or something like that. Then I was supposed to go there too.
What was the one before that?
That's a good question.
What did it look like?
I don't remember. The last... There's so many random, like, linear areas that you go through in a couple minutes.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. What was the last boss? How about that?
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse.
See, that's also a tough one.
It wasn't the man-eater?
It might have been the man-eater.
Okay. Yeah, I can kind of picture where you're going. It's been a while since I played it, but I get the progression with it.
I'd gone back to town and they were like, oh, you gotta go here, and I was like, okay. And I started going there, maybe went through one or two areas, and then...
Yeah.
Oxygen.
Kind King. I can't tell any, Sutton looks like crap, they all look the same. I can't tell any Belmont apart, they all use the same whips. Reused assets, 0 out of 10. God damn it.
I like the Castlevania 2 Flame Whip.
They brought that back.
Hmm.
In 2 games. Actually, no. 4 games, technically. Kind of. No, 3 games. Circle of the Moon, Rondo of Blood, and then in Portrait of Ruin. Castlevania 2 had a lot of cool things. It's just too bad it was a shit game.
Yeah. That's a game they should probably remake.
They won't.
New blueprint acquired.
Someone is remaking it. I don't know how long it's gonna take them, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it's more of a parody than anything, but it's still pretty
Local
good.
radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drag
It's like the
force
premise is,
is
oh,
reached
Van
with
Helsing already
this
killed Dracula.
quantum
But now
detonation
Simon's
occurred
pissed because now he didn't get to do it, so he's gonna resurrect Dracula and kill him himself. Symphony of the Moon. Did I say it? No, I said Circle of the Moon, right? Or did I say Symphony of the Moon? Did I fuck him up?
I don't remember.
I probably did.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We won't tell Iga.
You don't even pronounce his name right! It's Iga! Igarashi!
Oh, I thought it was Ija.
Oh, you pain me so goddamn much.
Ija Reishi.
I'm being harassed here for my love of Castlevania, and I don't know if I much appreciate it.
You know you do.
Is essential in
I don't
I
know,
like how
man.
you did a double take when you saw the lubricant and then you made a bottle.
I'm like, yeah, I've got a bunch of these. I might as well make some lubricant.
Never know when you need it. Especially
Yeah.
when you're alone. With no source of entertainment.
We got all these acid mushrooms.
You gotta lube yourself up so you go through the water faster.
Oh yeah, shave your hair, lube up your arms. Marcus, have you considered not liking Castlevania anymore? I hate Konami. Konami is burning in a dumpster fire right now. But I still love Castlevania, mainly because of the music. I'm such a
Do you
music
love
simp.
Castlevania enough to buy an NFT of it?
Fuck no. I'm making my own NFTs with cross-stitch and hookers.
We should
No
sell
hookers.
Erotic
Metroidvania
violence.
NFTs.
Metroidvania NFT. Oh my god. If we actually sell NFTs, I will leave. I will cry and leave.
Sorry, that was just a mandatory, unoriginal joke.
Wait, guys. If we make a Twitter account, we could mint our logo and then get the hexagonal fucking. Because they don't check. You can mint your own stuff and then use that as an NFT one. Huh?
And we could make an NFT with a link to every single episode we have.
We make the episodes NFTs, so
No.
people have
Guys.
to buy and sell and trade the episodes.
Guys. We only need one episode minted. Episode 2. That's all we need.
That's why you don't have access to it, because you don't have the NFT.
I
There's
don't
only-
have
it's-
the
yeah.
NFT.
It was
Someone
like
else's turn to watch it.
It was like that Wu-Tang Clan album that Martin Shkreli got,
Oh
where
my
they like
God.
only made one. There's only one copy of episode 2.
Jeez. Also, Marcus, someone bought a CV NFT for more than 20k. I'd say Konami is doing fine. The fact that they had to do NFTs in the first place kind of tells me they're not doing fine.
It's just free money for them though.
Yeah.
Like
It's
They
not
will-
like they put any effort into it. I mean,
they literally just had to go mint NFT. Like they probably had the art already. They're just like mint NFT with a link to it, and then bam,
Yeah.
sell it.
God, I hate Konami right now. They just need to let other people do shit with their IP. Give Sony the rights to fucking Castlevania. They will make a good game. They will make a damn fun game, I'm sure. Hopefully not Lords of Shadow. I'm sure it'll be fine.
they'll definitely make Lords of Shadow.
No!
what do you know about-
I would die. I would die inside. I would
It's gonna be
so
like
pissed.
Tomb Raider reboot, except it's Castlevania,
Oh,
and it's
God.
like it's a survival horror game.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that. As long as I still have my whip. Whip has a limited number of times you can whip it before it breaks. Give Sony the rights and half of CV game will be cutscenes. You mean Lament of Innocence?
You mean God of War?
You mean God of War?
The God of War was 100% cutscene.
With the new one?
I think the new one's not as bad as the old one, but
Oh. No, the new one's
the
pretty
old one
good.
was only like, I don't know, 50% cutscenes.
The new one, I will say, has a lot of cutscenes. However, they blend so seamlessly into the gameplay. Like, even just rowing around on the boat kind of feels like a cutscene with the stories. But it's so well done that I'm like, can't be mad.
People often complain about cutscenes because they would rather be experiencing the action. You see, many people enjoy games for their action,
Like what Metroidvania
even above
is.
exploration,
The thing
and
though
above
that
searching.
like God of War though was like the quick time events game, and that kind of does inject some action, or at least the feeling of
Mhm.
action into the cutscenes.
It's a quick time event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to elaborate further.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. You almost had it that time. Did none of you guys grow up with TVs?
Huh?
You don't get that reference? One of the old Geico commercials with the
Yeah,
guy who had the...
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
I'm
Okay.
well aware.
I don't know what you're like referencing besides that.
Quick time events. You gotta be quicker than that.
Okay, I was thinking I missed something on the video or something, like he
No,
was trying to
it
get
was just a
the
shitty quick time event joke. That was it. That was the long and the
The
short of
entire
it.
connection was both things have quick in the name.
Yes!
Or quick in them.
That's some Lama logic.
Well, this is your fault, Master. I blame you for this.
I'm being corrupted. Please, someone help me. Oh my god, you finally got cave sulfur? Or is this the second time you've gotten cave sulfur?
It's my first cave sulfur.
Oh, jeez.
So now I can finally make the repair
Yep.
thing.
An hour in.
Yep.
We don't talk about Geico. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kind King. I shouldn't have brought Geico up around you. You're right. Oh god.
So people play games for action. That is something. Like, especially when I think of people playing Metroidvanias for action, I usually think of the boss fights, people will say.
Yep.
Especially like when people talk about Hollow Knight, it just has a large number of bosses.
I don't
And
like
honestly, I mean, when you're considering, just consider the 2D games, the 2D platformers that exist, and consider the ones that have good bosses, and how many of those are Metroidvanias? Probably a fair number of them.
I honestly didn't like the bosses that much in Hollow Knight. I preferred them in Castlevania, Metroid, and then La Milana.
Interesting.
So except for Milana, you like your bosses easy.
No, okay, no. Super Metroid for me has decent bosses. Also, no, La Milana, I mean, once you get the hang of the boss in La Milana, they're pretty easy. It's just getting the rhythm down, which is literally how it felt like when I was a kid and playing Castlevania games. It was the same thing. Once I got the rhythm down, I could crush the boss's ass.
Once you get the rhythm, you can defeat most bosses in most games, I think.
Not for me.
You have to
Like,
understand the pattern unless they're too unpredictable.
I mean, for me, that's Dark Souls. Dark Souls would be like too difficult at times. Like, you never had that much room for even creativity, I feel like, because if you broke cycle, you're fucked. If you broke your cycle you had, you're dead. Well, in La Milana, and even Castlevania, yeah, there's a cycle, but you can still... You have some wiggle room to see if you can do more damage without you dying in one hit.
Perhaps.
That's for me, and I thought today was about personal feelings. And why Crest likes are objectively better than Metroidvanias.
Just noticed a crumb in my keyboard and I have to get it out right now. Pardon me.
Can't let that food go to waste. Just like I couldn't let those acid mushrooms go to waste.
Oh my god.
Okay, I got it.
I think I could actually go back to the ship here. You guys are like, oh, it's gonna explode in 2 hours.
God.
You want to be as close as possible so that you can see the explosion.
Oh my
there.
god. Kind King. Dark Souls is all about creativity. What are you talking about? There's tons of wiggle room in DS, and then previously, La Milana has like 2 good bosses. Excuse me, sir. La Milana's bosses are great. The mini bosses can die in a fire.
The fish sucks.
Fish sucks. Which one was the fish again? The swordfish.
No. The
Oh, the boss?
dude in
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the boss.
I actually enjoyed him. It was fun. It reminded me of
You just-
Battletoads.
Just thought his positioning was very tedious.
Yeah, it could be kind of hard.
And if you don't have, especially if you don't have a certain item, it's that much harder to hit him properly.
Don't you usually
And you're
get
not
that?
sure. It's hitboxes are strange. You have to hug them so closely to be able to hit them.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I disagree. I suck at Dark Souls bosses. I feel like I have no room for wiggle room to, like, beat them. Like, it's either I do it perfectly or I fucking die.
That's because most of them do like over half of your health bar
Yeah.
with a single hit.
It depends on the boss.
Damn it, Cauldrath.
Well, I gotta go try to make
What do
the
you
thing
do?
not explode.
Get lead! Go get your lead! You're killing me inside.
I'm going to play this game again one day, and I'm going to stream it. I'm going to do everything wrong.
I'm not gonna watch you.
You're gonna have more information than I did going into this.
Exactly, because now he knows what to do wrong.
Exactly.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm not gonna... You know what? Next time I play La Milana, then, I'm just gonna look up a guide.
No.
Is the guide's name Master?
Pretty much at this point. For how much
feel
help
like
I've asked for.
I've been a good guide. Though sometimes you'll just ask me like, is this right? And it's just, you know, you can
At
figure
the
it out
same
yourself, I
time,
think.
I am making conversation. Going into Leviathan No, you're not. Okay, you're lucky. Also, Kind King, you gotta play more Dark Souls? No, fuck Dark Souls. Even Future's like, oh, now we gotta ping him in this video. 10:07, so what? Hour and 7 minutes in, gotta remember that, so for ping. Even he's like, well, don't you think? I mean, Castlevania is, Dark Souls is obviously the 3D progression of Dark Souls in Castlevania. I'm like, no. I disagree with that. Oh, jeez. I don't feel
Very
like... I don't feel like Dark Souls has the sprawling dungeon or open worldness that I would want in a 3D Castlevania. And that's what I'm hoping for in Elden Ring. I'm probably not going to get it in Elden Ring. But
The
I want-
world in the original Dark Souls feels pretty similar to a Metroidvania. Like it has the
Yeah.
interconnectedness.
But I want my nice close quarters sprawling castle. And I feel like I want to play Resident Evil Village for that reason. I feel like the castle in that game is like what a castle in Castlevania should be.
I didn't know I had a castle.
Bro, what? Where do you think
I've
the
been
big
avoiding
titty...
spoilers, gosh.
All of the spoilers?
Yeah,
All of the spoilers.
pretty
so
much.
even the one that everyone simps over.
I mean, I know that they exist.
Okay.
Everyone knows that they exist.
Well, yeah, it literally shows you in, like, the trailer with the big mommy dommy, the nice, beautiful castle.
Well, it doesn't mean the game takes place in the castle.
Bro.
It could have been a mansion.
That is 100% a castle! Also, they show you cutscenes where you're inside of it. What do you mean you're not gonna be Master?
Yeah, I mean, like while you're inside of it, it doesn't really look like it looks like it could be either a mansion or a castle.
But that's what
And most of
Castlevania
the-
kind of does. It doesn't
What?
look like a full-on castle inside of it half the time.
That's because its layouts don't actually make sense.
That's because it's a creature of fucking chaos.
Yeah, nice excuse.
That is literally the excuse they've given in every game, like starting in Symphony of the Night. and it's explored upon an Aria of Sorrow. Don't do this to me, Master. I will give you the lore if you so want it.
What's the excuse for the random areas in Bloodstain?
Alchemy, I think, is their excuse in that one.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
A wizard did it.
A wizard did it! The magic shards, or whatever the fuck, the crystals. Magic crystals? I don't fucking know. Alchemy is the excuse, though. And demons. Some more chaos!
People often say that beating a Metroidvania has a magical quality to it because of the satisfaction of beating the game.
I'll be satisfied when La Mulana's done, so then I can finally play other games.
Like Llama Llama.
So,
Like La Mulana too!
we've already discussed the satisfaction is often in just filling out a map, your character, completing the thing. You could also say that same feeling is what a lot of open world games try to emulate with their collectibles that they urge you to find all of.
I think it depends on the open world. Because, I mean, when I play... I mean, ironically, yes, my other two favorite series are my favorite because they are so open-ended. Like, I would say with, Oblivion, they do encourage exploration, and like, okay, go to this random place. Like, at first, yeah, you're given a mission, but you can completely ignore that and just go off and do whatever. And you do get rewards for exploring. I mean, once you hit level 10, if you find a Daedric Shrine, you can get a badass item out of it. And half the time you can find those on your own. And then, Zelda I like because you get cool items every dungeon.
Unless it's Breath of the Wild.
Fuck Breath of the Wild. I want my hook shot. I want my other cool shit. That's all I want. I want my hook shot. Alright, I don't care about a Sheikah slate. I will break that Sheikah slate and toss it in the damn trash. I want my cool hook shot or the claw shot. I want my decent bow and arrow with my Z targeting. I want my unbreakable master sword that doesn't break in 3 goddamn swings.
Well, it doesn't break.
Okay, but, oh, the master sword can only be used in the castle. Guess what? I have to recharge now. Haha. It's like, fuck you, Fi. Or Fee, or whatever your goddamn name. No! Let me use my sword, my weapon that I gained through my hard work and dedication. That should be a reward that I can use anywhere. They say, no. We have to have breakable items.
You just pulled it out of a rock.
You had to have a certain... I did all the Divine Beasts beforehand, thank you very much. I did all the Divine Beasts.
You didn't need to.
I didn't need to, but I did, because that is how you play a Zelda game. Do all the Divine Beasts? Go and get my reward? Game spits in my face. Am I still gonna buy the second one? Yes. Am I gonna still complain about it when I'm playing it? Yes, but I'm still gonna beat it. What?
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
So you would say that the things in Breath of the Wild left you dissatisfied because you did not have your dungeons to explore.
Yes. That is actually my main complaint, is the dungeons. And I'm hoping Breath of the Wild 2 fixes that. But I like the progression of going into a dungeon, getting that item in that dungeon, and then using it for the puzzles in that dungeon. Which is, yes, similar to a Metroidvania. Because then it expands upon that.
But do you like when Metroidvanias have dungeon layouts?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. But I don't consider it a Metroidvania depending on how big that dungeon is.
Interesting.
But I also don't care if a game's a Metroidvania or not in the end, I just care if it's fun.
I think that having the dungeon format would somewhat impact the exploration element.
I mean...
I feel like people have like a very specific amount of freedom that they want in their games, and so you have like a spectrum between the Zelda likes and the open world games, and Metroidvanias are kind of in between there.
You know what would be fun? Ranking a list of games on a scale of open to closed. and
Oh,
just arguing over
God.
the semantics of that. We could do that our next stream.
Get a tier list. Wait, oh, we're
Yeah.
doing it on my time to stream for a game?
Well, we could do it whenever.
I like to play games too, you know.
Well, you can play a game, and then we'll just be discussing how constrained all the Castlevania games are, besides maybe like Symphony of the Night.
I'm gonna play a classic Vania then.
It's so much fun to argue over things that are, at the end of the day, impossible to define.
Well, you could quantify how open or closed the game
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but that's just that's one way of representing it, and you can always argue that there are different, better ways,
Mm-hmm.
different metrics you can use, and it does not end.
And then we can quantify how good those metrics are.
We could. And then we can consolidate all the metrics into one
30
super
seconds.
system that's just needlessly complicated.
I can tell
And
you're
it's
an
on like a
IT.
17-point scale and nobody knows what it means.
17.5.
And we can have a Berlin interpretation of that scale.
Oh my god. Also, Cauldrath, on your little linear thing of Zelda likes Metroidvanias and open worlds, imagine not liking all three.
I mean, I like all three. Like
Exactly. Maybe I should write about that for my next ship post on the forum.
But see, like, one of the main draws for Metroidvanias for me is the exploration.
Mhm.
And so other exploration-based games also appeal to me.
Yep.
But aren't necessarily Metroidvanias. Whereas
Yeah.
other people have different things appeal to them about Metroidvanias. And so they'd have different things, different games that they'd like that are like Metroidvania-like games.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, for example, someone might think that if you can whip a succubus in your game, it is a Metroidvania.
Oh shit! Erotic violence?
Exactly.
Obviously.
Or maybe somebody just thinks that every game with a buzzsaw is a Metroidvania because they just really like interacting with buzzsaws.
Maybe they think that Super Meat Boy is a Metroidvania because they really like platforming around spikes.
Yeah.
Seriously. 3 out. Signal
Many people are stupid in their own ways.
Ultimately, the point of any genre is to identify that there's a game that you like and then try to find games that are similar to that game that you would also like.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with Metroidvania is that it's so ill-defined and covers, like, there's a lot of aspects to these games that are appealing that are different from each other.
Yeah.
And so people are like, okay, I like Hollow Knight. So, oh, Hollow Knight's a Metroidvania. So therefore, the definition of Metroidvania is games that are like Hollow Knight in the way that I like Hollow Knight.
And anything that also tries to kind of emulate Hollow Knight style, fucking cheap ass ripoff. How dare you even exist?
Yeah.
How dare they commit this sacrilege?
Kind King, if the green M&M doesn't have high heels, it's not a Metroidvania. You guys saw the redesign, right?
No.
They made.
I saw
Yeah.
the thing about like Tucker Carlson freaking out about it.
Did he actually? Oh my god. They did get rid of the heels that green M&M wore. They made her not as sexy. And you know what? Yeah. No, but they kept brown M&M sexy. She still got her heels and she still got her glasses.
That's true.
But you know what?
I saw something with Brown having non-heels too.
No, she still has heels. They're not stilettos.
Oh, okay.
They're more boot heels, like the taller boot heels, like the cute boots that you'd wear that technically don't actually warm your feet. They just look cute.
Oh yeah, I wear those all the time.
We're gonna need some pics.
So I Google it and it brings me to a Vice article because of course, and I see that they have a series of similar articles, and I click on that, and one of the article names is "Building the Cock Chain: How Not Safe for Work Artists Are Shaping the Future of NFTs." I just thought this was worth sharing.
Pretty much every media technology, the thing that makes it take off is porn.
The cock
I-
chain!
So if these NFT people want to get their NFTs to be popular, they gotta get the porn in on it.
God,
Crypt
the
acquired.
cock chain.
Look, if you're an artist and you can draw that sort of thing, like so many opportunities just open up.
Oh
For-
yeah.
You can just start drawing things on Twitter and people will pay you money.
Honestly. Hey, Sea Glide fragment. Oh, did they? I thought it used to be 3 fragments. Did they drop it? I think they dropped it.
Yes.
Not
1 out of 2.
Yeah.
not to understate the difficulties that many artists, even those types of artists, have to go through in order to make ends
But if you
meet.
drop porn good, you can roll and bank.
It is an exaggeration to say that it just instantly improves your life, but I think the sentiment is worth considering. Anyway,
Welcome to the Metroidvania podcast, where we talk about Metroidvanias for 10% of the time. And then other random various topics, including the cock chain, the other part.
please stop saying cockchain.
It's so funny. It's such a good one. Whoever came up
sounds
with
like
the
a-
title for that
It
deserves
sounds
a
like
raise.
it's something that word has predated the blockchain.
Oh, most likely. Now I'm just thinking of a Castlevania. Thank God we're not monetized on anything.
We can just we can always
I'm-
censor.
I'm not censoring.
Everything.
I am not Professor Q. We agreed that we did not have to censor.
Yeah,
Also, you brought this up.
I did.
We kind of agreed to it because we knew that it wasn't a possibility.
I mean, no, I'm pretty good about not swearing for the most. I mean, there might be a fuck or two that slips by, yes, but if I'm trying not to swear, I do have a lot less, swearing verbiage in my verbiage. Also, Kind King, I made the cock chain joke last week. God damn. I have short-term memory, alright? Like, if it's not within a day... Hell, even if it is within a day, I'll probably forget it.
See, if you try to craft something that you can't craft by just spamming the button enough times, eventually you'll just be able to craft it. It's like overcharming in Hollow Knight.
Oh god.
Detecting increased foreign
That would
bacterial
actually
levels in the
be
water.
an interesting mechanic to have if you were like one item off of something.
And
To
it just
craft in a
crafts
game.
it without it, but then it actually is, like, defective. That would be interesting.
Well, or just if it's like 74 out of 75 of something, and you spam the button, and it like
Vital signs normal.
eventually crafts it.
Detecting trace amounts of foreign
I think that's
bacteria.
called glitching.
Continuing to monitor.
No,
Seek fluid.
it's not.
No, this is totally
Overcharming.
different. Overcharming. Yes, because everything needs to be a Hollow reference, or Hollow Knight reference, I forgot. If it's not
Hey,
a Hollow
that's-
Knight reference, then it's not good.
What's the best way to explain my thought? Because it is similar, and the subtext of this stream is pretty much Hollow Knight because Metroidvania
It is not the
and Hollow Knight
trifecta.
is popular.
I refuse to accept Hollow Knight as the third one.
What is the third one then?
Nothing. Only two that matter are Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night. Nothing else matters.
Super
Fortune-
Metroid, La Mulana, and Hollow Knight.
No,
are the three.
excuse me, sir.
According to 4chan, it is.
Wait, what did 4chan say?
4chan
true.
had like a tier list with like the Holy Trinity at the top, and
Oh
it was
god, and it was Hollow Knight,
Sup-
Super Metroid, Castlevania.
no, it wasn't Hollow Knight. It was
Oh.
La Mulana.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
They're 4chan.
This is
They're-
true.
Mentally deranged enough to want to play and enjoy La Mulana,
Like someone
and
else we know.
autistic enough to solve all the puzzles.
Oh
Without a guide.
god. I can't wait to beat it. Cry about the next super hard area. That one I might use a guide for.
Oh, definitely use a guide for the. Like, I give you permission for the post game for
Hell
the
yeah.
extra content for using a guide.
Thank god.
That's intentionally obscure.
As if the rest of the game wasn't?
Yeah.
Press A to doubt.
You mean X?
Is it X?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
It's
it was
like
X.
you
A.
don't even use that emoji.
I don't. I like using.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 4 main emojis. Kind of 5 depending. Keckdog, Yaya, Carlton, Squint, and then kind of a flex spot depending on my mood.
Has anyone played that game? It seems like it would be
What game is
maybe
it?
fun. LA Noir.
Oh, it's LA Noir.
Oh.
Okay.
I have not played it myself, but I watched somebody else play it. Like I was like in the room.
Is it like something that's sort of entertaining to watch someone else play?
And it's very story focused, so it's pretty similar watching play it versus playing it yourself.
I see.
Okay. Oh, is it kind of like Detroit Become Human?
Yeah. There's more, like you do actually get to like drive around, and so it's kind of like if there's like a little bit of Grand Theft Auto shoved into Detroit Become Human.
You have to make choices.
Become a
Yeah.
deviant, become a GTA
I don't want to make
character.
choices.
God.
Choices scare me. I don't play games where I have to make choices.
Is that why you play Metroidvanias? Because the choice is technically made for you. You just have to find it.
I exaggerate.
There are choices in
Though-
some Metroidvanias.
I always-
Usually, one
Castlevania.
thing that I like look for in a game is being able to make meaningful choices, even if it's just like minor effects. Like that's part of the problem that I have with like parries and iframe dodges is that it's just like you don't have any decisions. It's just like you press this button at the right time, and now you don't take damage.
I'm still salty about Cyber Shadow's parry. I hate that parry so much.
Oh yeah, that game's leaving Xbox in 5 days, and I still need to finish it. Or Game Pass.
Imagine not buying it like a Chad. Couldn't be me. Nothing?
No.
Damn it. You people don't give me the reactions I want, and it makes me very sad.
I am sorry.
You sound so sorry.
Unacceptable.
We got 2 minutes left.
Oh yeah, so
Oh.
there was one thing that we wanted to do at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
So Game Club, we are trying to reinstate. So 4 weeks from now, I'm going to have recorded my playthrough, like an hour and a half of me playing the Game Club game, and then we're going to discuss the game during the podcast. And so for the first one, it pretty much unanimously everyone voted for Outbuddies DX. It's on sale on Switch right now, and it should be about $10 on Steam. Do you want to show the trailer for it before we end for the evening?
Yeah, I can do
That'd
that.
be useful. Do note it was originally called Out Buddies, and then it got updated with sort of an overhaul. Now it's called Out Buddies DX. If there's any confusion there.
Yeah, I played through it when it first came out, but there's been a lot of changes from what I hear.
Let's see. That tab open.
We also on the r/Metroidvania Discord, we have a channel called Game Club, and you can come discuss the game in the Game Club channel. That's what it's for.
Do we want the Outbuddies launch trailer or the Outbuddies DX console launch trailer?
Let's go with the DX.
Yeah.
It is 31 seconds. Hopefully YouTube audio is good enough. Might be actually too loud. Yeah, looks pretty good. Oh, you get to
Oh,
see
yeah.
my recommended.
The-
Let's skip past that.
The game does have co-op with 2-player co-op with the floaty buddy, right?
Oh, nice.
I think it does.
Does,
I'm asking.
does it have only local co-op, or can you do it online?
If any, I think it would be local. I can check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the local co-op tag on Steam.
Okay. So we
It's
can't
only
have
halfway down.
2 of us playing together.
Well, there is the there might be the Steam Remote Play Together option.
Yeah, I've heard very bad things about that.
It's not great, but for this kind of co-op play, or it wouldn't be like true co-op because you have one person playing the character and the other person playing the follower that does random things. Assuming that's how the co-op works.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Yeah, Steam Remote Play tends to have a lot of latency, and also you're basically playing off of a stream that doesn't have the best quality at times. But do play out, buddies.
Yep. So, yep, 4 weeks from now we will be discussing it on the podcast.
Mark your calendars, boys and girls. And everyone in between.
I believe
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Time
Seems like a
to
good time to end it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.